I thought we'd have a look at turning point form next. Now, turning point form is an equation in the form y equals x take p all squared plus q, and from it it's easy to find the turning point, the line of symmetry, the y-intercept, and the nature of the function. So if we have an equation, a quadratic equation in this form, p and q, this p and that q, are the turning point. The line of symmetry is simply x equals p. The y-intercept, we substitute 0 into the equation, and we'll find out y0. And the nature of the function, whether it's concave up or concave down, can be found by looking at this value in front of the bracket. If it's greater than 0, it's concave up. If it's less than 0, it's concave down. If it's equal to 0, it's not a quadratic equation. So here's an example. 2 times x take 3 all squared plus 4. We'll graph to this equation here. The turning point, just looking at the equation, is 3. Don't forget to take this, equal it to 0, solve for x, that gives us 3, and add 4. The line of symmetry is x equals 3. Y0, if I substitute 0 into this x value here, I will get y is 22, which means it's going to cross somewhere up here. And this value here is greater than 0, indicating that the function is going to be concave up. And if we wanted to check what it would look like in standard form, just multiply this out. Expand the x take 3 all squared. Oh, bless me. Multiply out the 2, simplify this, and you get that equation there. It also helps verify that the y-intercept will be 22, as per what we found there. Now, we can see that it's quite easy to get from turning point form to standard form. But if we wanted to go from standard form to turning point form, it's a little bit more difficult. So here's the standard form equation that we found a minute ago, and we know that it can be put into turning point form. To do it, we need to complete a process called completing the square, which is quite simple once you understand it, but can be a bit daunting at first. Yeah, I put general form everywhere and I've meant standard form. Keep fixing it. So, to start with, write the equation. Then substitute in 0 for y, which I've done here, and swap the sides. Rearrange the constant to the right hand side. So, put that constant on the right hand side. In this case by subtracting by 22 on both sides. Then rewrite the left hand side by taking out a constant if you can. So I've factorized out 2 in this case because 2 will quite happily sit up front. It makes your factorization easier later on. Take the value, the coefficient of x, and halve it. Rewrite this part of the equation like this, and then take the square of this value and subtract it. So the square of negative 3 is 9, subtract 9. Now multiply out this square bracket. So 2 times x take 3 all squared, 2 times negative 9. And to finish it, bring this value over to the left hand side and write y equals again. So add 22 to both sides, that gives you plus 4, and write y equals this expression, plus 4. Now, once you've done this about 10 times, it becomes quite simple. But doing it the first time, there's a lot of steps. Just work through it slowly, step by step by step. Do 8 or 9 problems, and by the last one, you'll see that it's the same pattern over and over, and it's quite easy to do. And if you can do that, then completing the square becomes quite a trivial little skill that you don't use very often, but can help find the turning point of an equation. There you go, guys. Thank you. Oops.